why you should keep things simple. Okay, this is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, and something that people always talk to me about in the gym. Is one, why they can't stick to things, and it's because they don't keep things simple enough. Right, so we've all seen these fancy diets going around, you know, like the protein pancakes for breakfast, you know, the fancy Greek yogurt with chocolate drops and all this kind of little stuff for your snacks, and then like your stir fries and your fancy meals for your lunch, you know, and then you can come home for dinner, you've got these beautiful like high protein dishes that you've made from scratch that look all fancy. Now the thing is, right, if you put that on a diet plan for somebody over 5-6 days, people are going to stick to it because it looks phenomenal. But here's why I personally believe those kind of diets don't last. It's because the preparation time. How long is that going to take to make every evening? 2 to 3 hours? You know, because you need to make it every evening. You can't pre-make that when your diet's so varied. Now, I'm not saying don't eat a variable diet, because we need variety, we need difference, and we need excitement. We need to stay attached to something by having variety, but we also need to keep things simple, because if you're not simple enough and something becomes a chore or too much hard work, then you're not going to stick to it. Right? This is why when I prep my food, I do 3 days worth of food at a time, and my daytime meals are very simply prepared. They might only consist of like 5 ingredients in total: 3 different meats, 1 type of vegetable in all the meal, and then 3 different carb sources, you know, something like that. And the fact is, it takes me 45 minutes to prep 3 days worth of food. I eat my breakfast fresh, I eat my dinner fresh, I eat my pre-bed meal fresh. You know, so I still got fresh food, I still got variety in the evenings, I've got variety in the morning, but where it counts, the daytime when I'm out at work, it's simple, so it's easy to stick to. And then if you want variety, at the weekends, you know, make these protein pancakes with your kids, with your family, get them involved in your healthy eating. It's another way to actually keep the family involved and help you stay on track, and also make it fit your lifestyle. Don't forget that this is a lifestyle, okay? It's not like a 12-week diet, it's not a 6-week diet. We are staying healthy for the rest of our lives. And the fact is, if you can't stick to something, you're not going to stick to it. You're going to get bored of it. You're going to get frustrated. I actually had this conversation with someone recently that he'd been doing a certain somebody's, I don't want to mention names, bit of that, but certain someone's very big in immediate minute, very big in fitness, his book and his recipes, and he'd been making them, and he kept telling about these fancy meals, and then what happened 2 weeks later on? He's like, oh mate, I can't stick to it. You know, I can't spend 3 hours a night preparing. So I had to break it down to him to keep things simple. Use that book for the evening meals and your fancy recipes, same as you're going to see on my website, all these fancy recipes. Use them when you've got time, but just time manage well, you know, because we've got 24 hours in a day. It's plenty of time. If you don't manage that time, you're not going to be able to stick to anything. This is what I mean about keeping things simple. Similarly with your training, okay, and this is another thing that frustrates me. When you're in the gym, it's 5 to 8 p.m. and it's really, really busy, and you see these guys walking around, and you know, you think, well, you know, what are they doing? And you realise they're trying to set up this massive giant set, or this great super set, or, you know, giant sets, super sets, they work, they're great. But again, you can't keep these things going. You've got to keep things simple. Something you can stick to, something that you can do, something that you enjoy, all right? So when you after you watch this, when you start looking at your diet plans and your lifestyle, I want you to just try and make things as simple as possible, because what you don't want to do, you don't want fitness and health to be a burden. You want it to be enjoyable, you want it to be fun, you want it to be part of the family, you want it to be part of your lifestyle, guys. So make sure we keep things simple, okay? Make sure we do it.